Join Bayelsa now.
Thank you very much, Femi Okewo. It's so refreshing to see you back after a while. We welcome to Bayelsa Decide Studio, live in the heart of INEC headquarters in Yenagoa, the capital city of Bayelsa State, the glory land. We are starting on a very positive note. The body language of Bayelsans and all stakeholders is positive. There is a collective resolve, an indication that all is going to go well in less than 16 hours when they will go to the polls. And the reason for this standpoint is that all the necessary arrangements have been put in place. The concerted efforts have been put in place by all the stakeholders. And that is why we are on this standpoint that come tomorrow, 16th of November 2019, we will have a credible, free and fair election here in Bayelsa State. To lay credence to this fact are some gentlemen in the studio with me here. I will start from my far left, and that is talking about the chairman, Partners for Electoral Reform. He is no other than Nzenwa Wagu. It's good to have you, sir.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it.
And also with us in the studio is Negi James. He's a social commentator and analyst, and he's the South-South Coordinator, Transition Monitoring Group, TMG. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Before we go into discussions of various issues that will be thrown up this afternoon, we would like to let you know the facts and figures in terms of demographics of Bayelsa State governorship election. 45 political parties are in this game. 42 are males, 3 are females. There is no disabled, no candidate with special needs. That's what I mean. The registered voters figure is put at 923,182. And of course, we have collected PVCs put at the figure of 889,308. Uncollected PVCs, 33,874. And of course, the gender distribution of registered voters, we have 498, 790, and of course, 424 and 392 for the females. Before we give you details of the discussion regarding the preparations for this election, we want to get to the MCRO and give you the preparations for this Bayelsa governorship election.
The delivery of sensitive materials is the final phase of the preparation by INEC for the conduct of the governorship election in Bayelsa State. Officials of INEC, observers, party agents, security, as well as the media were at the Central Bank of Nigeria to witness the delivery of the sensitive materials. The REC, INEC, Bayelsa State, Pastor Monday Udotom said the commission is ready to conduct the election as the sensitive materials are available for delivery.
To escort these materials to the RAC center, control, and nothing untoward will happen in this election. We have enough security on ground to protect every voter. So people of Bayelsa State, go out and start your franchise.
The media were not allowed to take visuals of the sensitive materials except from loaded vehicles for onward delivery to the registration area centers. Some party agents and observers raised concerns about the non-availability of result sheets in Ward 15, Southern Ijo, and the excursion of the materials to avoid being hijacked.
By the time of election or later today, we hear that materials are not there. It is a responsibility. That is, we expect that having raised this kind of concern, they should have called all the party agents. We put heads together and see how they work out safer routes for all of us. But INEC is reluctant to do that.
Water transport is a challenge. Oftentimes you go to the waterfront when it's time to load these materials in a boat. INEC will tell you they made arrangements for boat, but the boats are not ready. So you wait at the waterfront till about 5, 6, and you're moving 3, 4 hours to your location. So that's the challenge.
We are only
encouraged to go and escort material to polling, but not to counter hoodlums or to counter. That has been the current trend now. So we are appealing to police people to make sure that they protect all material and will not allow any form of hijacking of material. And I think it will be so.
Thanks. That we had a hiccup on Ward 15. Ward 15 result sheet wasn't available, but they brought the replacement sheets. What is keeping us here now is 9, 10, 11 voters registered, then we are good to go.
As 889,308 persons are expected to exercise the franchise tomorrow. From Central Bank of Nigeria here in Yenogwa, the Bayelsa State Capital, Simenupri on here, NTA News.
Thank you very much for that incisive report on the distribution of sensitive materials right from the symbol of the CBN. I'd like to ask the chairman, Partners for Electoral Reform. Some issues were thrown up which have to do with lack or adequate preparation for the distribution of these materials in terms of logistics. Why is it that it's becoming a recurring decimal?
Well, you know, this is the day to now walk the talk.
Yes.
We've seen INEC talk about how they have dotted the T's, how they've dotted the I's and crossed the T's. But we're at that point now where we're going to have to test all of these. And for every logistics infraction, the consequence of that is that the punctuality index for tomorrow will be affected. So I'm particularly interested in what happens, knowing that Bayelsa didn't happen on us. Bayelsa, we didn't just come to realize that there's a Bayelsa. We always knew that there was going to be a Bayelsa. We knew that the topography of Bayelsa was challenging. We knew that we conducted this election sometime also around 2015, thereabout. We had elections here in 2019. So the expectation is that we must not hoist any regime of excuses. And I think everyone who has responsibility to ensure that we have credible, free, fair, credible, acceptable elections should do what is necessary to do from now on. And I'm already concerned, and we are concerned that distribution of materials. You heard the INEC National Commissioner in charge of publicity telling us that all of these have been deposited in the central bank. So I don't see the reason why we should now get to this fire brigade mode that we are being pushed into. And I think that what is important now is that all the security agents, INEC must ensure that these materials get to where they should get to, so that we can have early opening of polls tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Maggie James, can we speak to the security challenges that we seem to be having? Because obviously one of the respondents said that it is not their business to ensure the security of these materials getting to the hinterland or the riverine communities. So what exactly should be done to improve the status quo?
I don't really understand what he means exactly, but as far as I'm concerned, in this deltaic and riverine area of the topography we have and the nature of our situation, there is no way we will not demand for security. Anybody that is saying so, that means he has already planned unconventional way of hijacking material. In fact, ordinarily, we don't even need military people. We don't need it. But because everybody believe that I am the person that must hijack, I must be there. So if anybody is complaining that security should not be part of, in fact, one of the finest, I will use the word finest, and the best improvement I have seen is this election. Before now, by now we will even be talking about how things will leave this state capital. Okay. But from Monday,
so what you're saying in effect is that we can give it
definitely
to INEC.
a plus to INEC. Okay. As far as materials, the sensitive materials cannot get to our place. Madam, with due respect to security people, I think if there is no way we will avoid security in riverine areas of Bayelsa, because I was there in the CBN too. the security is listening to what is happening. You cannot convey these things up front before more days to the election. If you do that, I also complained in the stakeholders meeting that there should be adequate security for offices, LGA offices and other offices of INEC. Anything can happen. But what we are saying is that the truth of the matter is that the political gladiators, the political players and their supporters are the real problem of Nigerian security.
Okay. From what you have said, you have given a plus to INEC and security operators.
Definitely.
Let's get
But we've not finished the election.
Yes.
For now, pre-election activities. During election, sometimes these security personnel are funny. That is where we've not discussed, because they might go on intimidation. They may go beyond the rule of engagement and beyond their code of conduct. And these are the areas that we human rights people and civil society will never support them. Okay. So if they follow up the trend of what is going on by being neutral, definitely escorting this material is very necessary.
Okay, let's hope that that will be done, and done very well and shortly too. Let's look at the movement of people to the different communities to prepare to exercise their franchise.
The resilience of Bayelsans to participate in the 2019 governorship election can be likened to that of fishermen that are paddling against the tide. They keep paddling by the seconds. They keep struggling to go up to their destination, but the tide is against them, and so their movement is limited. Bayelsans see the difficult riverine terrain that they have to creak their way through as another tide against which they must paddle to ensure that they participate in the elections. This market boat can contain about 300 passengers, but it's not a comfortable boat for them. The boat is smoky, the seats are wooden, and they have to travel for about 5-6 hours to Akasa and Sangana.
There's still no speedboat available, so I have to go through this market boat, and you can see I'm going through some kind of stress and all this smoke entering my nose and my body. But I have no choice. I have to be there to do my duty for my country and for my state, also the Bayelsa state.
In spite of these discomforts, they are determined to participate. So they are ready to go through every hurdle to make sure that their votes count in determining who becomes the next governor of Bayelsa state.
See, boats, speedboat not rich. People where they go here plenty well. We not care to know what thing they happen. We won't go vote for the right party. Now I make they enter. Anyhow then do. Say now tomorrow morning we go rich. We want us go vote for the person. Make Bayelsa state change for us.
This particular fiber speedboat is going to Paramaburi. From this jetty, passengers also go as far as Efolobubo, all in southern Ijo. It is another means of transportation that most of the voters are adopting to go back to their various communities to participate in the 2019 Bayelsa State Governorship elections. Onegiye Fine Face, NTA News.
Gentlemen, there seems to be a huge expression of patriotism on the part of the electorate from what we have seen in that report put together by Onegiye Fine Face. What does it tell you about an average electorate, a Nigerian?
Well, I think it's clear to everyone that the narrative of violence, the narrative of crisis that you see and hear in the media does not resonate with the ordinary Bayelsan. It's a narrative of the politicians. Yes. The politicians put out that narrative. You see, from all over the country, people are calling, oh, you are in Bayelsa, are you safe? And you are like, is this the Bayelsa that people are talking about? The people are interested. They want to vote. There are just a few people who from time to time want to, defecate in the public well. And it's the responsibility of these ordinary Bayelsans who are interested in reshaping the narrative of their states to disappoint these politicians.
This is one of the sad effects of the social media.
Well, it's not just social media. It's also
you won't get this from the main media.
You see, let's get this clearly.
Yes.
You see, if you check all the risk assessments for this election, Bayelsa is in the red. Bayelsa red, and if you talk of, they say, don't go to Nembe, don't go to this. Yes. I've moved around Kolokuma, the Kayama, all of those places, and the people are excited. They are looking forward to casting their vote. So I'm asking people, where the heck are we getting what we are putting out to people? In the run-up to the elections, yes, there were early warning issues around stockpiling of arms. There were early warning issues around, voter inducement and all of those issues. But the psyche of the Bayelsa that I'm feeling as we went out today is one that wants to disappoint Nigerians. Because the feeling of apocalypse, the whole idea of Armageddon the Nigerians will be disappointed. They will not see it.
So how can they be compensated? In the sense that don't you think that their lives and property need to be adequately protected?
For me, Bayelsans are highly protected. It is the political merchants and conflict entrepreneurs who are benefiting from these political gladiators, are even creating tension, because as far as I'm concerned, he rightly puts it, if you are in Bayelsa, you will not even feel that something is happening. But because they are professional, those who have called themselves professional politicians, and they have created it as an employment, a bureau of employment, so that they continue to create ban funds and create, in fact, some of the security people, there are some places you will go, police are playing draft, no job to do. And if they are playing draft, that means there is completely peace. So what people are trying to do is to inform the international community so that they will create where even security will have more money. The more you create those issues, you see civil societies are all trooping out. Let's go and see. Let's see what is happening. But I'm sure he is disappointed from what people are talking about. So the anxiety for 8 years, we have not thumbprint a governor. Now even those who were even 16, 15 years are now 18 years. Everybody wants to vote. People are so excited, especially the younger generation, want to vote. And that is why you see everybody moving out. Look at the state capital. It's almost like Xmas Eve.
There's pervading peace.
Yes. And I bet you, that is why in the stakeholders forum, I said declare the entire Bayelsa state as a flashpoint. They are anywhere. Just see it, say generally flashpoint, but at the end, you will be disappointed. And to also inform you, it's based on this, an NGO I found, Nengi James Foundation, the first edition, Okolokumo Pokuma won the most peaceful election, LG. Now we are also trying to at least reduce and minimize
tension and violence.
All right. So these are part of the things we are doing.
The security arrangements on ground to ensure that we have a peaceful election tomorrow.
Says the police is ready to combat crime and reduce it, hence the deployment of more personnel to areas identified as flashpoints. He also assured the citizenry of a peaceful conduct of the election.
You had a crowd here before, now no crowd, which means every personnel has been deployed to his location, and we are set for the election. Let them embrace peace. Let them cooperate with us. Let them go about their business, cast their vote, go back to their respective homes.
Despite the recent violence, Bayelsans are still in high spirits. to exercise their franchise. Everything is now set for the Bayelsa State Police Command to take charge of November 16 governorship election in Bayelsa State. From Yanegwa, I am Gabriel Amunike, NTA News.
Yes, that is the situation on ground here. Everything is set for peaceful, credible, and fair elections. Wow, can we have your final thoughts?
My sense is that we citizens will need to oversight these elections. And when I say oversight the elections, it is the citizens are the center of elections. If they want peaceful election, they will have it. The very few people who will want to change that narrative, they can confront them, they can hold them down. And the only way that is possible is to make sure that you come out. If you don't come out to vote, which is what the politicians are actually interested in, the whole narrative about violence is to make sure that you are scared. But I'm excited, you go to the garages, you go to everywhere.
What exactly do they hope to achieve?
No, if you don't come out, then they manipulate the process. So if you come out, there is no opportunity for manipulation. So Bayelsans have opportunity tomorrow to come out en masse and vote the person of their choice and avoid vote buying and vote trading.
For me, I observe the harsh condition of police officers. So I'm calling on the Inspector General of Police that the policemen who were living, sleeping, and no feeding, no allowance, I think is not encouraging. And that can transform to something else. Politicians can layer them for certain things. So next time that police area should be improved. But for me, election is not war. Yeah. We need peace in Bayelsa State, and we will achieve peace.
Thank you very much, Negi James. We are glad to have had you as our guest in Bayelsa Decide Studios. It's also heartwarming to let you know that despite a series of litigation judgments, Bayelsans are ready to go to the polls, and successfully so too. I'd like to also remind you that there will be a supplementary election in Brass 1 into the state constituency of Brass 1 tomorrow, and that will be done in some local government, holding in 16 local governments, 6 polling units, I beg your pardon. Yes, that'll be all from Bayelsa Decide Studio. I'll hand you over to my colleague in Lokoja, Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Thank you for joining us. Good evening.